Hi everyone, welcome back to our channel, Living in Charlotte NC, the channel where we bring you everything, the inside scoop and all that good stuff about Charlotte, North Carolina and the surrounding region. So whether you're considering a move here to the Charlotte region or just curious about what's happening in the local market, which we call the Queen City, you're in the right place. So in today's video, we're going to be digging into what the Charlotte housing market looks like, or looked like actually, in the first quarter of 2025, maybe a little bit of April, and then what you can expect this spring and some exciting news about businesses planting roots right here in the Queen City. So stick around. I'm Dave DeSilva, longtime Charlotte resident, Army veteran, and owner of Longtab Realty, brokered by Keller Williams Realty right here in Ballantyne, and that's right here in South Charlotte. We are on the North Carolina-South Carolina border, so we can help you with your real estate needs on either side of the North Carolina-South Carolina border. And I'm also your local guide, not just a realtor, to living in and around the Queen City. All right, well, with prices rising, new industries rolling into town, the spring just around the corner, actually we're in the spring now, the Charlotte market is moving, but is it moving fast enough for you? So stay around to find out what's heating up, what's slowing down, and what you need to know about the Charlotte market if you're planning on moving here in 2025. So let's kick it off with some numbers, and these numbers are according to the latest data from Canopy, multiple listing service, Canopy MLS, and that's our local multiple listing service. And then we got some of these numbers from Zillow as well. So in January 2025, just a couple months ago, the average sale price jumped about 9.1% year over year to just over $491,000. Well, the median price is just at $385,000. And again, that was in January. And by March, the average price crept up even a little bit higher, just over $500,000, actually to $511,564, which is 6.8% higher than March last year in 2024. And the median price still stayed below $400,000. And the local inventory today, which means the number of homes for sale, is at about 9,985, which is a huge 42.2% from last April. And that currently gives us about a 2.8 months of home supply. And here's the kicker. While homes are still selling, they're taking a little bit longer to move on the market. The average we're seeing a home go under contract from when it's listed to under contract right now is about 45 to 50 days, which gives both buyers and sellers a little bit more breathing room compared to the breakneck pace of the last couple of years when things were going under contract in a day, 2 days, and 3 days. We are still seeing that. So if a home is priced right, in the right location, good condition, it's still going to go quickly with some competition, but not anything like it was a few years ago. So what that means is that we're still in a seller's market in most of the region. A couple of the counties have a little bit more of an inventory than we do, but the buyers are starting to gain a little bit more leverage in these transactions nowadays. That means they can ask for a little bit in the inspections. They've got some terms and conditions they can negotiate from a little bit stronger position, but no doubt it still is a seller's market here in the Charlotte region overall. Now let's talk spring. And as many of you know, if you're a runner like me or any sort of an outdoors person, you can feel it outside on the greenways, out on the lake, on the river. If you're out there paddling around, spring in Charlotte is a season of momentum. And it's not just the trees and the azaleas blooming, the housing market is blooming as well. So historically, late March through May, and sometimes early April through May is when you're going to see the surge of listings hit the market. And that's because sellers have had all winter long to prep their home, and buyers are emerging from hibernation with those pre-approval letters in hand, which are really critical to a purchase. That's also about the time we start to see all the potential transplants from other parts of the country make their way down to Charlotte. Heck, we are starting to see a little bit of increased buyer activity at open houses and more inquiries from those out-of-state movers. And like I said, especially those relocating for work or escaping the cold Northeast or Midwest winters. One thing that you're going to see here, April, May, June, July, obviously we're seasonal, inventory picks up, buyers pick up, people that want their kids to come down if they've got kids and learn the neighborhood, learn who their classmates are going to be, find out about the schools, are down here early and they're making purchases, and they're all going to be closing in June, July, August, maybe some of them in September. What that means is more competition, but also more opportunity, especially if you're flexible and you're working with somebody who knows the local pulse. Now, since we're mentioning out-of-state buyers, and if that's you, go ahead and take a look down in the description section, and get on our Zoom link and set up a call with me if you're looking to discover more about Charlotte, or just talk about a visit down here where you want someone to maybe talk to you about what to see, what the housing market is like currently, like right when you're calling. And then also we can link up and get out there and see some homes when you come down here to buy. So otherwise, if you don't want to get on a Zoom call, leave a comment and I'll personally get back to you with a response. So let's get back to the video now. Now, it's not just the residential growth that's fueling the momentum down here in Charlotte. The Charlotte business scene is on fire right now. So let me run through a couple of key highlights. And of course, these are key and these are highlights for me. So hopefully you share in that. But right now, DoorDash and Wing drone delivery, that's pretty cool. That's kicking off here in Charlotte. That's right. Charlotte is the first U.S. city where DoorDash has teamed up with Wing to start drone deliveries. And guess where they're testing that? Right here in South Charlotte. As a matter of fact, the first drone delivery was made from the Arboretum Shopping Center, which is about 2 miles northeast, 2 miles east of where I live. And it was just 2 days ago. So we are making history here in South Charlotte. Right now, if you live within 4 miles of the Arboretum, customers can order from select restaurants on the DoorDash app. So you got to get the app to order, and you could order from Curry Junction, Matcha Coffee Mako, Jiao Korean food, and of course Panera Bread, which are all down at the Arboretum. So now for you foodies, and that includes food shoppers, here are a few places that are coming soon in the Charlotte market. Number one is Bourbon Steak by Michael Mina, and this is a high-end steakhouse from the James Beard award-winning chef who's coming to the Ritz-Carlton in Uptown Charlotte about sometime in 2026. Now, that's a big win for our local dining scene. Now, I like Bourbon Steak because it is fine dining, but more of what my pace is that Whataburger. And we've got a Whataburger invasion going on right now. So we love it or hate it, Whataburger is planting multiple locations across North Carolina, and Charlotte is on the menu. And for all you grocery lovers, I told you I was going to get the food shoppers involved here. Wegmans is finally coming to Charlotte, and that's right, the fan favorite grocery chain known for its top tier selection, cult-like following, is setting up in the Ballantine area right near the ever popular Ballantine Bowl, which I've done a couple videos on in the past. So if you've been secretly hoping for a place where you can go ahead and grab some fresh sushi, my wife and son love that. I'm not a big fan of sushi, but they love it. You can grab a killer sub and a bottle of wine all in one go. Your wish is coming true. Wegmans. They're slated to open in the third quarter of 2026. This 110,000 square foot store will feature all the usual Wegmans goodness. I think a market cafe, indoor and outdoor seating, and all the departments that people rave about. So whether you're just going there for the artisan cheese or planning a full weekly haul, Wegmans is looking to raise the bar for local grocery shopping in South Charlotte. So Harris Teeter, you better be on the ball. And yes, it's okay for some of you to be a little bit too excited about a grocery store. You're probably not alone. It's kind of like when the Trader Joe's came to Charlotte. Everybody was excited about that. All right, a little bit of change of pace. And this is one of the biggest game changers to come to the city in a while. And that's the Pearl Innovation District. This is a $1.5 billion 26-acre development in Midtown, which will include the U.S. headquarters for EarCAD, a French surgical tech firm, and also the Wake Forest Medical School. Combine those with education, medical, apartment living, and retail development, it's like South End 2.0 with lab coats and those little stethoscope things. And one of the neat touches that they're incorporating in the high-rise buildings there is the color-changing lights on the upper levels. And this is going to mimic the 30-plus buildings in downtown Charlotte who glow with either Panther Pride, Panther Blue on their lights, or maybe St. Patrick's Day green, or even breast cancer pink, or whatever the occasion calls for. So that'll be kind of cool. So these companies are bringing jobs, infrastructure, and let's face it, more demand to the real estate market. So if you're thinking long-term, this is where the future is being built right here in Charlotte. So let's break it down a little bit. For buyers, you've got more choices coming this spring, but competition will still be tight in certain price ranges. So having a seasoned agent like me can help you jump on the right opportunities very quickly, which is going to be needed. So sellers, if you've been waiting for the right time, spring is your season. The market is active, buyers are ready, and pricing is still strong. So go ahead and prep your home, get a stager if you need it, price it right, and make sure it's in good condition. Right now, what I'm being told is the average home owner in the United States has upward of $300,000 in equity. So today might be the time to start thinking about selling. If so, give us a call. Now, investors, with the steady population growth, new jobs, and upcoming infrastructure improvements, Charlotte remains one of the best places in the Southeast to be an investor, especially if you're looking into areas like West Charlotte, Indian Land, or Cabarrus County even. Just get with me. We'll talk to you about those investment opportunities. So this has kind of been your Charlotte market update. We haven't really hammered the numbers a bunch, but we've hit some numbers. We're giving you highlights of what's going on in the market, what took place in Q1 of 2025. And then, like I said, that peek into the coming spring and beyond. So if this was something that was helpful, go ahead and please smash that like button, hit subscribe, tap the bell, and you'll be the first one to get notified when we put out new information on the Charlotte market. And if you've got questions, you want to chat about specific neighborhoods or school districts, please drop a comment or schedule a Zoom call. Like I said, you can find the link in the description. So whether you're moving here in 10 days, 10 weeks, or 10 months, we're ready to help you out. This is Dave DeSilva with Long Tab Realty, brokered by Keller Williams in Ballantyne. We'll see you on the next video.